Hi, you're listening to Light Lounge with Dimitri K, broadcasted from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida. For those of us living in Orlando and the neighboring cities, the spirit of the holidays are all over us. We can feel it and almost touch it. A few months ago, I read an article in Orlando Business Journal which cannot be more suitable for describing the mood those days. If we lived in a fairy tale, the swans would be princesses, the turtles would be princes, the Lake Eola fountain would be the troll's house, and Lake Eola would be the moat around it. The airport would house the flying dragons, and our faraway land name would be City Beautiful, and we would start every newsletter with Once Upon a Time. But we don't live in a fairy tale, and probably a good thing, because with all that is going on in the world, we don't need flying dragons attacking us. But we're the City Beautiful, we do have lovely animals and parks all around us, and every now and then something magical happens that brings rainbows and yummy donuts to our fair city. Well, very nicely said. Let's keep the magic going on. And to what we need, I would add people such as Mayor Buddy Dyer and his colleagues for their dedicated work of bringing the fairy tales in our everyday life. Happy New Year, everyone! And now let's see who are our guests tonight.
Whoa, whoa, yeah.
The New Age album Pangea was nominated during the recent Recording Academy round, and now we have the pleasure of speaking with the creators. Welcome to Light Lounge with Dimitri K, Wouter Kellerman, and David Arkenstone.
Hi Dimitri, thanks for having us. Great to chat to you.
Hello, Dimitri. Thanks for having us on the Light Lounge. It's a pleasure to meet you.
From two parts of the world, great to meet you too, guys. Wouter from South Africa and David from the United States. A new world, isn't it? Let's listen to one of the songs, A New World. As we communicated with you before the nomination, Wouter, Pangea's initial impression on me was a timeless, eternal, utterly beautiful, and I said that looks and sounds like a winner, or at least it won the initial nomination. Tell us how the creative process worked between you, Wouter, and David.
Oh, thanks for the kind words, Dimitri. Really appreciate it. Yes, we were on different continents when we created the album, so there's a lot of challenges that go along with that. So basically, David would create some kind of bed, musical bed, and send me that, and then I would add flutes and come up with some melody ideas, perhaps, or some flute sound effects, and add it, send it back, and then he will work on the song and send it back to me, and I'll work again on the song, send it back to him, to and fro like that. And then eventually we'll add other instrumentation if needed, like vocals, or perhaps a kora, a live kora, or mbira or something. And that's basically the creative process that we work through.
And that's from the standpoint of South Africa, Wouter. Let's hear David's part.
Well, I was happy when Wouter reached out to me and suggested a collaboration. I'd been writing some music without knowing what project it may necessarily end up in, though it was loosely based around the Pangea idea. When we got into it more deeply, we found it was a good starting point for our project. Wouter's flutes were a perfect addition to some of my initial ideas, and the songs and concept just grew from there.
Very well done. The loosely based ideas coming across land and sea ended up as a beautiful album called Pangea. We're listening to Across Land and Sea. One of the songs in Pangea, called Desert Moon, has a beautiful video with a lot of mystical Eastern European and Middle East flavors in it. And considering that you are in South Africa and America, where do you guys mostly draw your inspiration from?
Since childhood, I have been exposed to many different cultures and different musics. And I think these days especially, musicians listen more widely than ever before just because music is so available and accessible. So when you listen to so many different genres and you start creating all those inputs that you've had over the years, would come out. And I would say that's where the inspiration comes from.
Yes, we're living in more open society, and that certainly with internet helps. How about you, David?
For me personally, I've always been drawn to the Middle Eastern musical sensibility. In 2005, I had an album called Caravan of Light, which featured a lot of that style. The instruments they use and the scales, it seems to evoke a sense of adventure in me and inspires me musically.
Well, let the sense of adventure keep on going. And now, with the credits for this year's nomination, what parts of the world remain unconquered for Wouter, Kellerman and David Arkenstone? What's the next challenge?
Well, I think next would be world domination. Well, to be a little bit more realistic, for me it's just about making beautiful music, and I am discussing a tango project and have a few other ideas on the go as well. So we'll just have to see which actually transpires first.
I'd be interested in some more South American influences and perhaps something with didgeridoo.
I hear you guys, tango and South America. You both are quite on the same page. Good luck. From the album Pangea, we're listening to Angana. And now from the listeners of Flight Lounge with Dimitri K, let's wish Wouter, Kellerman and David Arkenstone success in the final round of the Grammys and to keep their creativity for a better world.
Thanks, Dimitri. Appreciate it. And sending warm musical greetings to everybody.
Thank you for your time and interest, Dimitri, and all the best to your listeners. Thanks.
All the best to both of you, Wouter and David. And let's complete this interview with Dance of Joy. His talent is rare, his contribution indispensable. I'm reading an excerpt from Rolling Stone magazine's review of Tom Nazziola's instrumental composition, Cat and Mouse, also nominated for the Grammys. Good luck, Tom. Let's enjoy it. Life is better than listening to a commercial radio station playing endlessly a few resembling songs. If you feel that way, you came at the right place. Light Lounge with Dimitri K plays the best award winners and independent artists around the world. Our choice of creativity and direction is what makes our day important. If we can learn where to focus our energy, we have more control over our outlook than we think. And in days like today, at the end of the year, let's focus in a healthy and prosperous 2022. Happy New Year, everyone! And now let's continue with our next nominees. The Baylor project Generations was nominated for Best Jazz Vocal Album during the recent Recording Academy round. Welcome to Light Lounge with Dimitri K. Gene Baylor.
Wow, thanks so much, Dimitri. Yeah, it's a huge honor and a blessing to have been nominated again this year for our album Generations. We are incredibly excited to be a part of the nominations, and it's just a blessing to get that kind of recognition from your peers. So we're just super excited.
And Marcus Baylor.
Wow, I mean, man, what can I say? It's such a joy to share this moment with your peers, and so many great artists have been, celebrated over the years, and we just honored to have this moment in our lives and in our careers, and it's a joy to share this moment once again with the rest of our peers who are creating great music.
Excited to play and share your music with the listeners of the show. Gene and Marcus, congrats. We're listening to Striving featuring Kenny Garrett.
Sometimes you wanna let it go and throw up both your hands, but you ain't ever gonna get to where you're going if that's the plan. No, keep on striving, baby. Keep on keeping up. Oh yeah, keep on striving. Gotta keep on keeping up. It's been so long, struggle still.
Generations is a collaboration between the duo the Baylor project and variety of artists such as Kenny Garrett, Diane Reeves, Jasmine Horn, Jamison Ross and Sullivan Fortner. Tell us more about your work with such talented artists.
Wow, the special guest we had on this project, it was again an honor to have each of them featured on our album. The way that we approached it was really song by song. We wanted to serve each song to the best of our capabilities, and we just heard their voices and their sound on each song. So for instance, when we were working on Striving, Marcus had the idea to bring in Kenny Garrett because Kenny has such a signature sound, and of course you hear him a lot in the straight ahead vein, but he can play anything, and Striving isn't a straight ahead song, but it's soulful, and he's a soulful player regardless of what the style of the particular sound is. So he just elevated the song and took it to the next level. Diane.
Yeah, I remember when Jean was working on We Swing, she said, man, I'm hearing two generations. I'm hearing Jasmine Horn and I'm hearing Diane Reeves. And I'm like, really? She said it would be a dream to have them be a part of this song. And so, again, it was one of those things where that's what Jean heard. And, and that's how we kind of create music. For the most part, even when you think about our band members, each musician, it's the same process, in terms of when we hear the music, we hear it as, okay, man, this person could play on it, or it'd be great to hear this person over this. And the same thing with Jamison Ross. I have to say this, Gene heard it from day one, months and maybe a year before we even had them, a year before we even had them on the song. And I was like, well, I'm not sure, I don't know. And next thing you know, I was taking a jog, and I was like, oh my God, we need to have Jamison Ross. And that's what Gene said initially, like a year ago. So as a husband, yes, you come around eventually, but yes. And, Sullivan Fortner, what can you say? One of the greatest musicians of our generation and time, a genius. That's all you have to say, Sullivan Fortner.
And that song that he was on, do you remember this? He just brought the perfect sound to it because it's a quirky song and his harmony is so amazing. So each of our special guests really elevated the songs they were on and the project as a whole.
And then also my brother, Apostle Larry J. Baylor, we were working on Only Believe and decided to put the ending to it and call it the benediction. And it was something we was thinking like, man, it needs something motivational or something like that. And we were going through different ideas, and I came across this clip of my brother on YouTube, and I said, oh man, this is perfect right here. And so yes, it's a joy, just the creative process, and yeah.
In many respects, your dreams for generations came true. We're listening to Only Believe, featuring Jamison Ross, and The Benediction, featuring Apostle Larry J. Baylor.
You don't know where to go, and you don't know where to stay.
God. Know your season. You can't look at another individual and allow what their season is now to dictate what you feel your season should be. I've learned that from experience. That's their season. Their season is not your season. Why? Because your purpose in life is different. Purpose and seasons are intertwined. You prepare yourself, especially when you know God got something He wants to do in your life. Look at somebody and tell them, in the season of drought, get prepared. Am I talking all right? Y'all talk to me in the house.
When your own strength fails, He is God. You'll find your peace, you'll find your peace fall down. Pour down on me in the middle of the storm. Oh, if you can only believe, only believe.
Your previous single was Sit On Down, traditional R&B performance. Generations is jazz vocal album. In what direction goes your next creative venture?
So for our next album, we're not really sure because we're so consumed right now with Generations and everything that's going on with that album. But you know, we get little bits of inspiration rather here and there, and as the inspiration comes, we kind of let the inspiration lead us to what we're gonna do musically. So I'm sorry I don't have more information, but you're just gonna have to stay tuned.
And I'll add to that when it comes to creating, we just live day by day in the moment, and those moments become inspirations where it's like a ding dong, oh man, here's a song I did. So we'll see what's next in the future, but in the meantime, we just living in this moment of Generations right here.
I totally agree with you guys. You need space and time to live in the moment for now. We're listening to We Swing, featuring Jazzmania horns and Diane Reeves.
It's the rhythm of life, it's how we get down, the whole world around. It's a special kind of magic, part of our melanated sound. From the rising of the sun till the end of the day, we be shining like a diamond. That's just our way, that's how we swing. Oh, that's how we swing. You baby, that's how we swing.
And now, from the listeners of Light Lounge with Dimitri K, let's wish Gene and Marcus Baylor from the Baylor's project success in the final round of the Grammys, and to keep the creativity no matter what genre or style they pursue.
Wow, thanks so much, Dimitri K. And we just want to say hi to all of the listeners. Thank you for listening, and thank you for spending this time with us. And we appreciate your support. We never take it for granted. So thank you all so much.
Yes, it's such an honor and joy just to be able to hear our music over the airwaves and just being able to share our story and our journey. And once again, congratulations to everybody that have been creating during this time and over these past couple years. Just continue to celebrate yourself. I'm celebrating you today. Amen. So just keep creating great music and inspiration, and we are all in this together as a music community. So thank you so much. Blessings and love to you all.
Bye. Do you remember?
And that's an important message to the music community. We are all in this together. For the end of the interview with Gene and Marcus Baylor, let's listen to Do You Remember featuring Sullivan Fortner.
Hi everyone, my name is Grgic and you're listening to Light Lounge with Dmitry Kovachev. I am a classical guitarist living in Los Angeles, here to present my album called Bach, the Well-Tempered Guitar, that was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Instrumental Solo in Classical Music. This album, which can be heard on Spotify, YouTube Music and the other usual platforms, presents compositions by the great Baroque composer Johann Sebastian Bach. Major works such as the Flute Partita, Violin Sonata No. 1, and Cello Suite No. 6, and some chorales and chorale preludes. All are played on a well-tempered guitar, a guitar with movable frets. On this album, we wanted to present Bach's music as it was heard back in his time, in the system of well-temperament, where the dissonances in the chords are crunchier and the consonances milder and more relaxing. Enjoy the music and happy holidays!
Happy holidays to you, Mark Grgic, and best of luck at the Grammy Finals. For the end of the show, let's enjoy a couple of pieces from your nominated album, Bach. You're listening to Light Lounge with Dimitri K. It's time to say goodbye, and remember, hesitation is temporary, music lasts forever. Most of the artists you heard on this show are independent artists. And if you like some of them, you can Google the name and find them on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, and the rest of the digital media, and that would be a great support for them. For any comments, suggestions, and feedback, please email me at kopublishing@gmail.com. I'm Dimitri K, broadcasting from the city beautiful Orlando, Florida.